November is upon us, the unholy gaming month of the year, because all of the games come out this month. And Sony have blessed us with another PlayStation Store sale, November deals. In this video, we're going to take a look at a bunch of deals that are happening in the November deals sale. Some games that I think are solid, some games that I think are a really good price that I do recommend you check out. That is, if you don't want to check out all the new releases coming out this month, like COD, Battlefield, Grand Theft Auto, Farming Simulator, Pokemon, there's a bunch of games coming out this month, so I think it's kind of ridiculous that they've got... And we have Black Friday coming out this month. We have Black Friday in like 3 weeks' time, which is supposed to have all the big, amazing sales and deals. Speaking of which, let me know in the comment section down below which games you want to see on sale for Black Friday. Which games are you really hoping to pick up for Black Friday? I know some of you guys are looking for Ghost of Tsushima. I'm kind of excited to see if the PS5 version of Ghost of Tsushima is on sale for Black Friday as well. Okay, before one of you types, hurry up Josh, get on with the deals. Let us look at the first deal. Sakura, Shadows Die Twice, the ninja Souls-like game, kind of combining fast-paced ninja. Ninja? Is ninja a genre? Fast-paced gameplay with the slow, methodical Souls-like gameplay. Fantastic game here. It is $38.99, 35% off. Game of the Year edition, which is a shame it's not the standard edition for a little bit cheaper. This game never goes down cheaper than this, and this game very rarely gets discounted at all. So when it is discounted, it's absolutely worth mentioning, worth picking up. $38.99 is steep, but it is worth picking up if you enjoy Souls-like games, if you enjoy action-adventure games. Great one here. Highly recommend it. It's worth it at this price. It's worth it at full price, to be honest, but if you're a penny-pinching gamer, still a great price, still a great deal for this game. I harp on about this one every single time there's a sale about it, but this was my game of the year last year, Hunt Showdown, which is down to $15.99. Another superb game for this price point here. Cannot recommend this one enough. It's an asymmetrical multiplayer game, which is a PvEVP game, where your objective is to PvE, kill the enemy in the game or in this open world map as a hunter, and take home the bounty. The problem is there's a bunch of other hunters in the map as well trying to do the same thing. They can hunt you, you can hunt them, they could wait till you kill the enemy and then they can hunt you and steal your bounty. It's a nightmare. It's a terrifying, very fast-paced, well, it's a very slow-paced game that goes at a very fast clip. I highly recommend this one as well, especially if you're into multiplayer games with friends, co-op games, like co-op multiplayer games, or even just competitive multiplayer games. It's different. It's not like Call of Duty. It's not like Dead by Daylight, but it is so much fun. I cannot recommend this one enough. Honestly, my favorite game that came out last year, the Hunt Showdown. Great game. This price is awesome for it as well. Definitely pick this one up. Okay, if you're looking for something a bit cheaper, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is down to $9 on the PlayStation Store. Another great one. If you're a Dragon Ball fan especially, great game to check out. It's more of a mixture of a fighting RPG, I would say. You get to create your own character, fight alongside the Z Fighters. It's this cool time travel-y story where you kind of help them out through different moments in Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super now as well. It's different. It's not quite Kakarot, which is kind of what the new game, which is kind of what Dragon Ball ended up being, more full RPG style. This is kind of an arena fighter, 3D fighter RPG. It's cool though. If you're a Dragon Ball fan especially, check it out. If you like sort of JRPG style games, this is very light JRPG arena. So yeah, hack and slash Japanese arena games. This could be a good one for you to check out as well. It's a cool game. I enjoyed this one a lot. I need to go back and platinum this game. I need to go and do that at some point. Speaking of Souls-like games, a really good discount on this one is Lords of the Fallen for $3. It does come down to this price point semi-frequently. It is kind of like a AA indie style Souls-like game, and it was actually the first Souls-like game to come to the PS4. I've got really fond memories of this game because of that. It came out before Bloodborne, Dark Souls, and all of those things were available on PS4, meaning it was the only one of its kind to play. And I actually really enjoyed it when it came out. Now, in 2021, it's probably not holding up quite as good, but for $3, if you're looking for a cheap Souls-like game and you're not willing to spend like $7 or $8 on Bloodborne or Dark Souls, look, it could be worth your time to check out. It's a penny pinching game for sure, which is why I wanted to include it on this list. Tomb Raider Definitive Survivor Trilogy is also discounted down to 20 bucks. This includes all 3 of the new Tomb Raider games in one handy little bundle. Some of them have been on PlayStation Plus, some of them have been hyper discounted in the past. This is a way to get all 3 of them at once with all their additional content. But if you're not looking to do that and you do want to pick them up separately, there are like pretty much every Tomb Raider game is discounted. I don't think the newest one is, but you can get the 20th anniversary celebration of Rise of the Tomb Raider for $5.99, and the original Tomb Raider game, like the remastered Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, for $2.99. So some really decent discounts there. I mean, $3, $6, that's $8. Like it's a pretty good price for just those 2. To be honest, you can probably pick up Shadow of the Tomb Raider for less than $12, which means that the bundle might actually not be worth it. It's more convenience factor probably than anything else. Great games if you're into third-person action-adventure games, very similar to Uncharted. In fact, these games, specifically these Tomb Raider and this trilogy, is inspired by Uncharted. So if you like Sony's third-person action games, these do kind of hold a candle to those, I would say, in terms of a direct comparison. Another really solid action game is Batman Arkham Knight. I recommend this one because it wasn't probably as popular back in the day when it came out, but given so many people and so many of you guys have played the new Spider-Man game on the PlayStation 4 and the PS5, and Miles Morales as well, Batman does have some of that original DNA that Spider-Man has. It's got the really, really satisfying combat loop with the heavy punching and blocking and dodging mechanic. WB uses it in pretty much all of their games now, but it was something that was very unique to Batman when it first came out. Spider-Man used something very similar in its gameplay loop as well. So if you enjoyed Spider-Man as a really solid AAA narrative superhero game, Batman is absolutely that. Arkham Knight is kind of the culmination of all of the Batman Arkham trilogy to get to this point. Great game, highly recommend as well. It's $6, great price point on this one too. It does play very similar to pretty much every WB game that has been released though. So Mad Max, the Lord of the Rings one, Battle for Middle, I can't remember. Someone will correct me in the comments down below. But they play all very similarly. So if you've played one of them before, you'll know exactly what you're in for here. This one is $4 and it is a guilty pleasure of mine. Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition. It is an old, janky game. Yes, it was a PS3 360 game, PC game that came out a long time ago. I think like 2012 or 2013. So it is jank. It's jank. Let's just say what it is. The game though is just so much fun. It's a 4-player co-op game where you're basically just doing the heists from GTA 5. That's the whole game, but it's fun. It's very satisfying despite all the jankiness and silliness in there, and it's $4. You're easily going to be getting a couple of 100 hours of worth of entertainment out of this game for $4 as well. So cannot recommend this one enough. This was one of my favorite games. I would say it's on my top list of favorite games that I've played on the PlayStation. Until probably recently, it was probably one of my most played games on the PS4 as well. And in fact, I think it is one of the most played games I played on the PS4 before I got a PS5. I need to fact check that and have a look at my hours played on my PS5 at some point. I should do that because I really like this game. Kind of an odd addition and something I don't normally recommend because it kind of got abandoned is Anthem. And look, it was rough at launch and it did get some improvements from launch to where it got to now, but then the developers did unfortunately abandon the game and stop supporting it. It got to a certain point, so it did improve from launch. It didn't get to the heights that we'd probably expected a game like this to get to, unfortunately. The game itself though is still a solid enough experience for $9 if you're looking for that sort of Iron Man simulator. This is the closest you've got to it up until this point because Avengers was a lot worse than this one. It's no masterpiece by any stretch, and it is included in EA Play if you have access to that. But look, for $9, you're getting a reasonably solid third-person shooter game here that you can play with your friends. If you're looking for something kind of budget to play with some buddies, that is a AAA game. This could be a good option for that itch. We have Maneater on the PlayStation 4. This one has been discounted pretty frequently. It was given away with PlayStation Plus this year as well. Really solid, silly game like Goat Simulator here. If you're looking for something kind of silly and funny to play, I actually just had a bunch of new DLC released for it as well, so you can continue. I mean, the devs are definitely supporting this game and continuing to support this game, so that's good to keep in mind. The game isn't a masterpiece by any stretch. It's definitely a AA game, and it definitely outstays its welcome by the end of it. I think it's probably just a little bit too long, if not kind of just around the right length. The game is fun. You get to be a shark and you get to wreck stuff. It's kind of like Jaws, the simulator, less serious. Because Jaws was pretty serious, wasn't it? It was Jaws was pretty messed up when you think about it. Either way, it's a good game. I recommend checking this one out. Homefront: The Revolution, another really rough FPS game that should have been good and just kind of wasn't. Look, if it was more than $3, I wouldn't even recommend it, but for people who are on a real budget, it could be a good option as a first-person game. It has a lot of problems. It's not perfect, and it is a bit old at this point. It's about 5 years old, I would say. So, look, the game is not an incredible, amazing game like the original Homefront was, which actually was like way better than it ever should have been. This one here is just fine. I'm gonna add it on this list because it's $3. It's a deal, and that's what this is all about. It's about deals and games that I recommend. I played it. It was fine. And yeah, if you've got $3 to spare and you're looking for something first-person shootery, then you've got this if you want to buy this. There you go. Let me know if you're picking up anything from the deals here. Remember though, we have Black Friday coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So we're probably going to see some even deeper discounts from Black Friday, some better deals. So keep that in mind before you just go ahead and make impulse purchases now. I would guess that all of these games are going to be discounted for Black Friday, maybe even further than they are now. Plus obviously a lot more content as well. So keep that in mind too. I'll be making videos about Black Friday when it happens. But yeah, bunch of discounts for you there. Let me know what you're picking up in the comments down below. Leave a like if you haven't already subscribed. If you haven't already subscribed, I would absolutely love it if you did so we can hit our subscriber milestones. And I'll see you in the next one. Hello again, Patreon, you beautiful bastards. Thank you to each and every one of the folks over here on the right-hand side for supporting me over on Patreon or as a YouTube channel member this month. Each and every one of you folks keeps the channel running. If you too want to be an absolute legend like these guys over here, you can support me on Patreon using the link in the description down below. Giving only $1 helps out this channel. So if you want to support even further, you can do that. You can also become a channel member down below as well by hitting the join channel button, and you get access to cool emotes and the logo next to your name showing that you're a supporter. Thank you all so very much for supporting the channel.